And yo everyone, welcome back. He said yo is actually really weird, but that doesn't matter. We are back for F1 2019 leagues as yes, I just had to include this, sorry Lewis. Anyway, this is RPL Realistic Performance League, and this is actually the Realistic Performance division of the league. If you remember back into like a month or two back, I used to do one. I did a race and I did a video in RPL Equal. Unfortunately, that league did not continue. But I've also been driving in RPL in the Realistic Performance division. In the previous races, I've been driving for the Williams car that you can see on the screen right now. But I was just vibing at the back, unless it was Monaco and Canada, so it didn't really matter. They didn't want to show. But I moved to McLaren. I was offered a McLaren, which I gladly took from Hungary onwards. And yeah. This is my first run in Q1. Wasn't the best of laps, but I decided, as I had more fuel, I decided to do an out lap, sorry, like a cooldown lap after my first lap, and now we're back on the same set of tyres for the second lap. We were up on the time by 1.5 tenths going to the final corner, but we ran wide, and the tyre temps in there are absolutely awful. You don't do it like. Honestly, on the out laps, as we're now looking at the timing boards, thinking if I'm safe or not, 18.0 is not what I wanted to do. Like in Q1, I'm targeting for like a 17.5. But yeah, the tire temps, as you can see, I'm monitoring them. I'm coming to a standstill before the lap because for the left front to actually survive front left, you need to have it on near 85% before the lap, which we only just managed to do, and now this is my best run in Q1. On the hindsight, I shouldn't really have gone for it because I was safely through, but obviously, you know, it's all easy said of that event. You can see in the end of the session why it is so crucial, going towards the 1.8 gear, braking like, well, for me when the racing line tells me so, because I can't spot the braking zones. Second gear, the charge of the third, now going towards turn 2. 7th gear, you go down the third. Second for extra rotation, back up the third. This corner is flat out. You want to go into 7th gear and stay in 7th gear. Turn 4, really tricky. You want to use as much curve as you possibly can and getting away with it. This curve, this donut, stay away from the grey curve that we just about managed to do. 5th gear, 6th gear, then down the third, 2nd gear through this chicane. Take both of the curves as far as you get away with it. Down the 4th gear in here, and this section you can love or hate it. When you mess it up in the beginning, you're gonna hate it, but when you get it absolutely right, well, I wouldn't say it's absolutely right, but I am 3, nearly 4 tenths up on my delta. That's basically because of the tire temps. I'm dead. My outlaps in the first 2 runs weren't good. Nearing the end of the lap, we are 5 tenths up going towards this corner, and I lost a lot of time in the final corner. We are 6 tenths up nearly as we go into the final corner, and this is a really good lap. Should safely put us through into Q1 to Q2. However, as we cross the line, this is my AI taking over, and my AI just plummets into the Williams of Lewis, who retired on track. And this game, when you crash out of Q1, even if you're through into Q2, you're not gonna be in Q2. As you can see, I'm out of the session. I should have been in Q2, maybe Q3, but I was robbed a chance. Anyway, you don't get points in qualifying. You do get points in a race when you finish in the top 10. That is, you know. And we are now approaching the start of this Hungarian Grand Prix. So it's going to be all dry, a bit overcast throughout the race, but it is all dry. There's no rain to be expected. We are lining up on the grid. P14, ironically the guy Lewis, who replaced me in Williams and who took me out in Q1, is starting alongside me in 13. Fair enough, fair play for him for getting his Williams into Q2. We are building towards 5 red lights for the Hungarian RPL Grand Prix. And we get a reasonable start. Lewis will spins alongside me, and we are already gone. And there's a crash already. Maxil and Satsi have come together. Maxil is out of the race. Satsi with damage into turn 1. There's a safety car straight away. We are up into 11th place now. 12 with the chaos. I think we are back up to 11, which is decent start, 3 positions. But let's have a look. What happened at the start? As I will have this kind of a slow mode. You can see that in front, Mali goes into Maxil, goes into Satsi, Maxil goes into the wall, retires straight away, Satsi gets damaged. But yeah, lap 3, Sam is lagging the way, so we actually got past him back into 11. Sam lagged in front of us with the safety car, but we got past him, and we are now going for the safety car restart. Crumpler driver 25 in front of us in the horse. And Epic Scouts, or Rio, as I'm probably going to refer to him now, behind us. We go green once again for the Hungarian Grand Prix. Lap 4 out of 35. And Hungary is usually not my best tracks. It's one of my worst tracks on the F1 calendar in the F1 game. I just can't do this track properly, especially with the simulation tire temperatures, the tire temps, especially in the softs. They're weird. As you can see in front of us, Dylan, my teammate, or Get Wrecked, is absolutely bullied into turn 3, but now he's clean away. Jaden, Matt, and Crumply are attempting 3 wide into turn 4, not gonna work. Crumply and Matt go wide. Unfortunately, we also run wide on the curbs, so we can't really capitalize on them going wide. They were inside each other. Now they try side by side. I tried the POR turn 4 into District K move. I did. In POR tier 1, I believe it was tier 2, but it didn't really work. Still remaining in 11, we have Rio still behind us in the racing point, and if I was in Williams at this point, I would have probably let Rio through, but now I'm in McLaren. I'm also in the midfield fight, and this is the big difference. Gecko has now overtaken Rio. This is the big difference between being a Williams driver and being a McLaren driver in a realistic performance league. Williams, you're just going to vibe at the back because the car is absolutely dog shit, sorry. But McLaren, you're well and truly in the midfield fight unless you're not good enough. Sorry, Dyson. Sorry. Anyway, end of lap 4. We have Gecko right behind us in the Ferrari. We're not going to make his life too easy, but I'm not going to fight when he does dive down the inside, which he does. I'm not fighting that Ferrari. I'm not fighting the top 3 teams. He could go through and hopefully, hold others up as well, but that wasn't really the case. Lap 7. Nothing really happened, and now we have a VSCS. Corey crashes out on the straight to turn 2. Funnily enough, behind him, Lewis somehow hits into him and also retires. You can see on the minimap they're both out as we now speed through the village for safety car. Corey, I don't know, tried to dump into the pits. I don't know what he was trying to do there. We are back up to P11 as the DRS gets enabled and the virtual safety car has ended. We have now Satsi, who was collected in the start into Maxwell right behind us. Again, I'm not really fighting him, but I'm not gonna make his life too easy, but I'm also not gonna fight him as well. He's trying to go for the move up turn 4. I'm not gonna fight that. That's only gonna cause problems when I try to fight him. So yeah, back up down to P12, but there's still plenty of laps to go in this race, so anything can happen. We are now just lap 17 because literally nothing happened. Like, we were trailing Crumply by a second every lap. We're now into the pits. We tried to overcut as our tyres. Obviously, we didn't make it to Q3. Our medium tyres was fresher than anyone else. Ria did the same thing. We're now exiting the pits, where we're going to feed out Matt's past, and now we're going to fight Ollie and Crumply, who we actually managed to jump only just ahead of Ollie and Crumply, which could be really crucial in this race. Ollie just reach on in front of them, and now I have two angry Ferrari Academy drivers trying to go for my head in this race. Ollie and Crumply are fighting along, and I don't know, obviously I'm not partying with anyone during these races because I'd rather be alone, and I'd rather like concentrate, etc. I know that Ferrari Academy drivers, Mercedes other Academy drivers aren't party, so maybe there were team orders or something between those two, because as you will see in some time, not in this, there you go, Crumply is in front of Ollie and actually pulling away from him, so now seems to be a straight fight between Crumply and myself for P11. I have a 3-second time penalty at this point, and now I ask for Crumply if he has a penalty. We actually have to defend, and Crumply does not have a penalty as it stands right now. I didn't expect Crumply to go like for moving there, so I went defensive, but didn't really have much room. Didn't know he was on my outside, but yeah, I knew that if I wanted to keep P11, as Sam's lag is awful, I knew if I wanted to keep P11, I have to fight this out with Crumply. Next lap, Dylan has been bullied away, back down to P10. So at the moment it's McLaren P10, P11, which is not too great. We are now 2.2 behind Dylan and 5 tenths behind in front of Crumply. Again, having to go defensive because Crumply tried to go down inside, sorry, right outside of me, and there is a virtual safety car because Satsi being a genius like he is, he crashed in the pit entry trying to box, and well, he just gave up with the race and caused a virtual safety car. Well, we now speed through off. Virtual safety car's ending. There you go. I could save some ERS and fuel during that because I was running out of them. 2.8 the gap to Dylan, 6/10 gap to Crumply. So it's steady there, you know, as Dylan's lagging a lot. Please Dylan sort it out, please mate. Anyway, we're now P10 obviously because Satsi was in front of us in the points. So now it's McLaren double points, but not for long because Crumply has something to say about it. Gap in front is not 7.7, it's 2.3 to Dylan and 5, nearly 6/10 to Crumply. We have to go semi-defensive into turn 1 once again, just to defend any potential overtaking opportunity from Crumply. End of the same lap, we have Ollie in the back on the minimap who had a bit of a main to the second last corner. Gap in front 2.1, gap behind 8/10, lap 26. Gap in front 3.0, but gap behind 1 second. So at the moment we are out of DRS threat. However, next lap we are on a potential surplus if we do 2.4 the gap in front, but 6/10 the gap behind. So Crumply is not giving up with it, and now we're really in trouble. If you can see behind, he's really close to us. Lap 28, 2.4 the gap in front, 4/10 the gap behind. We have to go really defensive here now. Into turn 1, Crumply drives round the outside. We stick it down the inside. First gear for that extra bite in the corner. We're still side by side going towards turn 3. Turn 2, I should say. I should have put the engine up in here slightly, but we're still hanging it around the outside of turn 2. We are still side by side going through turn 3. I'm getting Kvyat and Alvin vibes in here as we go up into turn 4, and Crumply managed to get the move done. I mean, I don't really enjoy being overtaken, but that move was actually really nice. We are still P10 because I believe Bolocard in front of us pit. So fair enough to him, but yeah, Crumply, nice move. Next lap we try to do something, but we are too far back, and the straight line speed of the McLaren isn't too great compared to, you know, the Haas Ferrari engine of fucking Ferrari engines are overpowered, not overpowered, but they're really good in this game. Summers retires, and as you're about to see, we get a safety car, which obviously I have a 3-second penalty. Crumply, I can confirm at this stage, also has a 3-second penalty. This safety car really could mess my race up in here. As you can see, everyone is coming into the pits. Dylan in front of me is pitting. You can see teammate in the pits. Not great for me. My tires, you know, they would go to the end, but everyone is going to be on soft, as you can see on the top left of your screen. Everyone is going to be on the soft, so I don't know if I should stick with track position, because Hungary and it's pretty difficult to overtake. However, it is a F1 game. We call box this lap and we change the tires for softs, but I'm still unsure if I'm gonna box or not, because track position P6 or come into the pits and reach out like 11th or 10th. As we're going to the pit entry now, and I'm still unsure if I'm gonna pit. And pretty late call for me. I decided box because on the minimap you can see I am going to rejoin right like between Crumply and I believe that is Ollie. So into the pits we go. Bolocard behind us also pits. We mess up our pit exit, and yeah, Dylan is through, Crumply is through. We are going to rejoin in front of Ollie, who's going to appear in front of your screens. But now basically how, as I said, you should go in at the end of lap 22. We have 33, 34, 35. We have a 3-lap sprint race, everyone on fresh tires, and this is what we're waiting for. I'm going to play this clip from lap 33 to 35. This is now uncut to the end of the race, because what you're about to see is absolutely bonkers. We are preparing to restart. Dylan is still lagging the way. We're P10 out of 15, and yeah, someone broke on this straight, so everyone and the fucking modders are slowing down. Rio slides through, but he gets illegal overtakes. I'm trying to see what I can do in middle of these cars down the inside, and we are now up to P9 of this race. AK off the track, he has damage. Setix is also with problems, as you're about to see. He locks up into turn 2. Both Red Bulls are in trouble. We go really cautious into turn 2 and get bullied out of the way by Crumply and Ollie. Down to P10 as Setix is in trouble. AK is in trouble. Both Red Bulls in trouble. Sam's out of the race, taken out by Setix. Not good for him. We get a second 3-second time penalty, so we're now on 6. Things are not looking good for me. You can see they're still going side by side, going to the chicane. Dylan with his lag, bully Crumpler a bit out of the way. Crumpler gets a bit out of shape in here, so we overtake him into this chicane. Nice move indeed. And now we are following the train of AK, who has front wing damage, I can confirm. Dylan, who's just lagging away, being a nonce. Sorry, I love you, Dylan. And Ole, who's been Ole. I'm thinking about, as AK goes really wide now, I'm thinking about going to move around the outside of this corner, but it's not going to really work, so I'm just going to stay back. Bologard is right behind us, so we have to be careful. We not only have to watch in front of us, we also have to watch behind us through the final corner. We want to get as good of an exit as possible in here. Engine up to overtake a rich mix. We get a better exit than Ollie in the slipstream, and we pull out and we go for the move up into 8th place if we can hold it. Ollie tries to stick it around, down the inside, but we try to get him on the exit, which we just about do. We're still side by side going towards turn 2. We have the inside line, the preferred line. We make slight contact there. I don't know, Ollie tried to turn in or something, and we are now up into 8, just behind our teammate Dylan, who's still trying to battle away with AK, who has red front wing damage. Up into turn 4, and AK goes really wide in there. I don't know why he was not letting us through or boxing or whatever. Like, I get defending position as Dylan with his lag nearly takes us out. Rio gets an overtaken opportunity in the chicane, but we defend that nice and easy. Dylan is lagging the way. AK in front has front wing damage, and this is really annoying me, because if I could get past Dylan in here, I could also get past AK, but obviously I'm not in a party with these guys. Plus, like, team orders in here would cost Dylan more than 1 position, because Rio is right behind us as well, and other, like, what, 5 drivers is going for your head. This is battle for the final few points positions, and we are going towards the final lap of this race. AK still struggling with front wing damage, and Dylan is trying to... I think Dylan also has front wing damage, but not as much front wing damage as AK. Rio and Polocard in the background go wide, and we have a bit of a breathing space behind us as Dylan tries to go down the inside of AK. He should have really gone for it in there, because he knows AK is damaged, but he decided to stick out of it. We get a track limits warning. We can get one more without getting our third penalty, and third penalty in this case is literally suicide. Rio is still right behind us, and we are still following our teammate, who is still struggling to get past AK. Turn 4, we go a bit wide, but AK goes even wider. Turn 5, avoid that curb at any cost. Dylan is still trying to go for it, but he can't find a way through for some reason. This chicane is absolute bitch, sorry. You want to take this curve as much as you can, because you can get away with it. We get a bit out of shape for this corner, get another track limits warning. Now we have to be careful. Rio drives down the inside. I don't know what he was trying to do there. Bologard is through, and Pologard actually manages to swipe out both Setix and Rio behind us. Rio gets to keep going, but Setix, as you can see, is out of the race on the minimap as well. Third last corner. This race is not over yet, as AK is still struggling, and obviously penalties. We don't know what that's gonna cause. Towards the final corner we go. I think on track, this is how it's gonna end. Mowley wins the race, but I don't honestly care who wins this race. Over the line, we cross the track on track in 7th, the line I should say, but Ollie gets us because he had one less penalty than we had, so it's P8 on the road. But there were investigations after the race that decided that a few people in front of us got penalties, so the final race results were Mali wins, Luke gets 2nd for Red Bull, sorry, not Red Bull, bloody hell, for Renault, and Matt did wonders there, P3 for Alpha. Dylan gets P5, Ollie P6, and I P7, so Gecko got a big boy penalty there, and he got pumped down in the order. So yeah, good points in my debut for McLaren, good points for McLaren as a whole, really. We pretty much double the points. However, this is it for the race. Next one is in Spa on Saturday. So yeah, thank you for joining, and I'll see you guys next time.